Homemade podcast of sports with your host Jay Pops. Guys, we're back. We're back, baby. So, guys, what do we have on this edition today? Right? All I'm gonna say is, hey guys, let's get it. Let's get it. It's our bye week. And we're gonna act like it's a bye week, right? We're gonna hang around. And we're just gonna talk about some things here, man. So, what do we have on this latest edition of the Homemade Podcast of Sports, right? So, first and foremost, breaking news: running back Leveon Moss is out for the season. He's out. That's very, very unfortunate by all means. But if you guys seen the last game, in which I know most of you guys did. Leveon Moss went down in that South Carolina game due to a lower leg injury. I'm not sure of what the lower leg injury is, but all I do know is that Mike Elko did confirm that Leveon Moss will be out for the entire season, man. I hate it. But man, it is what it is, right? So who's up next? Who is up next? So now it's time for Ruben Owens to go ahead and step in and go ahead and take over the party. I'm sorry, not Ruben Owens, but it's time for Amari Daniels, man, to go ahead and step up, take over the entire party. Why? Because we're gonna need him going forward. So what does that give that A&M running game going forward? It gives you two things here. You will not have a power running back throughout the remainder of this season going forward. All right, Leveon Moss, he was your bell cow, and he was your power running back. You by far have two finesse style running backs now. But also you have a finesse style quarterback. What does this mean? You're gonna see a lot of up tempo, right? Not to say that they weren't already doing up tempo, but you're going to see a lot of up tempo going forward for this Texas A&M team. Why? Because everybody is finesse now. So that creates two things here. Guys have to go and get wide open for the quarterback. The offensive line has to start opening up some not gigantic holes, but some holes big enough to where those running backs can slip through there and the quarterback from time to time. Okay? You will see a fast-paced team going forward. It has to be that way. You cannot slow ball this thing going forward because Leveon Moss is not back there anymore. All right? You have no 200-pound running backs back there anymore. And from my knowledge, I'm sorry. I think E.J. Smith may be over 200 pounds. But you have no power backs anymore. This is just finesse game. So whatever playbook that Colin Klein had, in which I listened to him when he came up here and he done his press conference for Monday, he said this, man. He said, hey, the game plan, in my own words, not his, the game plan is just going to be a little bit different, right? But he did feel like Marcel Reed did take charge of that offense down there in South Carolina. And for me as well, I do feel like Marcel Reed will continue to come around. We all know now that Marcel Reed is a star. It's no way of saying it's a bust about it. So what do you do for Marcel Reed? You get Marcel Reed in some comfortable situations, right? Once again, you don't have Leveon Moss, but that is fine. You still have two pretty good running backs that can get out there and they can handle their business. I think now we start to see E.J. Smith finally wake up and evolve to that running back that I came on this show several times and said that he could be. I think you did have a three-headed monster. It was a four-headed monster with Marcel Reed out there as well. But now you do have a three-headed monster now, and it consists of Amari Daniels, E.J. Smith, and Marcel Reed himself. I do think going forward, man, you're gonna see a lot of zone reads. I do think that, but I also think that you're gonna see a lot of passing from Marcel Reed now. You have to. I think it's going to be a lot of scramble plays, but then again, if Marcel Reed does see something in the pocket, I think he can quickly react to it. You know, he can quickly react and he can throw the ball downfield. Tight ends have to get involved. They have to get involved. In which, speaking of, we got a commitment from a tight end in the 2026 class on today from Georgia at that. It's look. I'm gonna be honest with you. Jimbo started this Georgia recruiting thing. And for whatever reason, I don't know what it is about Georgia that they love and they like all the way. But Mike Elko, he's inserted himself as well, and now Mike Elko is starting to recruit Georgia. I don't know what Kirby Smart has done to those kids, but a lot of those kids are starting to come Texas A&M way. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'll take them all day long. There's nothing wrong with that. I like it, and I like it a lot. And I have not seen any tape on the young man though, but I think he will be pretty good for Texas A&M going forward. First and foremost, man, shout out to you guys out there in the podcast, right? I did see I had a couple of viewers, right, and then a couple of viewers have left. Man, look, I just thank you guys for peeping in, and just want to see this podcast, man. And if you guys don't mind, please hit that like and subscribe button, okay? This is the homemade podcast of sports. As you can see, right, it is a couple of things back here that's all homemade. Look, I do this from the comfort of my own home, man, and I love it. I love it a whole lot. But yeah, man, it's just it's going to be tough. That's a very big blow to not having Leveon Moss, because for number one, man, with the stats that Leveon Moss put up, he had Texas A&M inevitably in the top 10 around the country with running the football. All right, that was an essential part of what Leveon Moss just gave you at the running back position. So now that he goes down for the season, it is starting to be question marks, right? Like, hey, man, okay, so who's going to step up going forward? And like I say, man, I still think that we'll be good, but we'll just have to see how the season goes along from here, okay? Also, in other news, I still think Chase Basantis is out for the season. I really, really do. I don't see anything that's maybe driving him back, for the season per se. But I do believe that Chase Basantis is out, man, for the remainder of that season. So, like I say, once again, what does that mean? TJ Shanahan just got his feel of being in that starting role, in a hostile SEC environment out there in South Carolina. I think that's going to ultimately help TJ Shanahan down the stretch, because he faced one of the best defensive lines that, in my opinion, that he's going to probably see all season, right? It's no disrespect to Texas, no disrespect to Auburn. I just think South Carolina defensive line was a whole lot better. Us A&M fans knew that. People around the country even knew that, right? Yeah, the record didn't speak for it. Of course it didn't. But I do feel like that offensive line that we have now has now seen the best defensive line that they're going to see all season, man. I do not think they're going to see another defensive line like that. I just don't. But that's me in my opinion. I could be wrong. I could. Hell, New Mexico coming here with the best defensive line for all I know. But I do think they've seen it. Like I say, that's going to help build and mold that offensive line going forward, and that's going to let those guys know, hey, this is what we need to work on. They're going to have to work on some things in this bye week. Okay? Tackling is number one. Tackling is number one. That needs to be printed out with an emphasis. Hey, man, you need to work on tackle, right? And you need to work on getting to the quarterback, but also hitting the quarterback, because we've seen it before. So it still blows my mind that they didn't get no sacks on that guy from Saturday night. They didn't get no sacks on the North Suburbs at all, man. That blows my mind. However, Rocket Sanders, he broke some tackles too. You guys got to start getting some sacks on him, man. You got to, okay? That still makes no sense, but in your bye week, you have to get better at those things, okay? I'm not telling those guys nothing that they don't already know, man. This right here, I do know, right? They got to get on it. They have to get on it. They have to get on it. They have to get on it, okay? Also, man, also, passing the football, right? You are receivers in this bye week. You are receivers got to work on getting over. Damn it, we got to start seeing some deep balls already, other than the ones that we've threw current, right? We got to start stretching the field. Y'all understand the separation part. When are we going to put it in our heads, right? I'm sorry. When are you guys going to put it in your head that you have to separate in order to get the football? If you guys don't separate, it's going to be very hard to catch a football, period, going forward. So you guys have to separate, and you guys got to start getting these footballs, man. You have to. It makes no sense at all for you guys not to get the football, okay? None at all. It makes no sense not to do that. Also, the defensive backs. I feel like you guys continuously have to keep on working on it, and keep on working on it. Don't stop, man. Don't let up. Don't let up at all, okay? Continue to get what you guys are going to get, you know, and totally dominate, right? Continuously dominate, man. It's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You guys forgive me on this. I don't know what I've done. I think I've tried to do something and it didn't go right. I don't know what the heck happened. Right? So hold on. I'm just click enter here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what had happened there, man, but it looks like I tried to click on something there, click on like create a highlight, but then again it didn't. I don't know. That totally went off the rails right there for me. But yeah, this is ultimately went off the rails. I don't know what's happening here. What in the world? You guys give me 1 second here. Don't know what's happening right there. God dang it. I don't understand what happened right there. I think I created something, but it just didn't do it right. Okay. Hey, I'm gonna refresh that. I don't know what happened right there. But anyways, guys, like I say, man, yeah, I don't know what happened right there at all. But I'm sorry, guys. I'm back. I don't know what happened. And as you can see, man, I'm on my computer right here. I have no clue what happened right there. But anyway, so I feel like the defensive backs does have to work on some things. I feel like that game was there for the taking, especially with the turnover margin. I feel like on one of those drives, man, on one of those turnovers, and I think Lenore Sellers had fumble, we have to be adamant at getting to the football. We have to. Guys, this is what you all practice on. You got to be adamant with that, okay? You have to be adamant, man. I don't like how when the other team is in a point of turning over the football, they have like those lucky breaks, you know? And I feel like South Carolina got so many lucky breaks on last game, man. And it's kind of like, well, what they always say, if the ball bounces your way, you could have absolutely taken control of that football. You could have, but guess what? You didn't. It is what it is, and that's in the past. But that's what you work on in the bye week, okay? Also, strength and conditioning, man. You keep on getting better. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this time and time again. Shout out to Tony Moffitt. I love the way that guy has embraced the A&M culture, but he's also put whatever spikes he's always had on strength and conditioning into Texas A&M. Yes, I know Leveon Moss went down, but this team has been almost fully healthy throughout the entire season. Almost the entire season, man. We went through years and years of heartache without this team being healthy, like how the way it is right now. A big reason to why this team is 7-2 right now and 5-1 in SEC play is because of their strength and conditioning coach, Tony Moffitt. That guy has helped out a lot, man. He has really helped this team out a lot. Okay, so shout out to that guy, man. I expect that guy to keep on going. And I expect him to be around at Texas A&M for a very long time. Okay. All right, so guys, let's go ahead and get off into recruiting, right? So, big day on today. We had a commitment from a guy in the 2026 class, and I don't want to get a lot of people hopes up, right? And I don't want to call myself getting a lot of people high hopes all the way up there, but Texas A&M in 2026 class currently, they hold the #1 class in 2026. I'm gonna say this once again. Texas A&M football recruiting holds the #1 class in 2026. What does that mean? I'm gonna say what I said the last time. I believe Texas A&M is gonna get the #1 recruiting class in 2026. I said this about the 2022 class a long time ago. This 2026 class is building up to be very, very special. Now it's very early. It's very, very early, but this is where it starts at. Yes, the commitment has to hold because this is nothing but a verbal commitment. I understand this. But as of right now, though, Texas A&M has the #1 recruiting class. I love recruiting and will always love recruiting, right? So let's dig a little deeper into this class right here, right? And I heard a lot of people kind of trying to make jokes and, oh yeah, man, y'all got the #1 class right now, but that ain't as of right now, Texas A&M doesn't have any 5-star recruits in that 2026 class, but I think some are going to start coming. I believe you guys have to be patient. As of right now, Jordan Quarter from Douglasville, Georgia, he's leading this class right now. He's leading that 2026 class. He is the number 41 player nationally. He's a 4-star recruit. He's number 6 in his position, and he's number 4 in the state. Also, the tight end that we just got on today, Xavier Tiller. He's from Fairburn, Georgia. He's a 4-star recruit, nationally number 47, position number 3, in-state number 5. That guy's going to be a 5-star. These two guys I just mentioned right now, these two guys are going to be 5-stars when that real ranking comes out for the 2026 recruiting class. Understand what I'm saying. No, we're not going back to the old days, and yeah, I know a lot of A&M fans don't want the #1 class anymore. It's going to be a lot of those guys to tell you this. Me, I'm all for it. Give me the #1 recruiting class. Let us keep stacking. Yes, we're going to add a couple of transfers because that's just how it is. Legitimately speaking, the transfers are going to start to be a non-factor in a couple of years out from now. I think probably in 2026, that's when you'll probably see some transfers legitimately not being a factor in which they once were, and it's going to kind of start going back to that old days, like, just that old school style recruiting. Hey, no, we're going to go out and grab some guys. Matter of fact, we're going to go out and get our guys, and we're going to mold them, we're going to build them up to be this and be that, right? Also, my son is a part of the 2028 class. So, Mike Elko, if you're listening, Colin Klein, you guys, hey, look out for Rayon McGowan, okay? His name is Rayon McGowan, once again. All right, anyway, keep on going. Aaron Gregory, he's another guy that had committed recently, right? Aaron Gregory, he's a 4-star recruit. He's a wide receiver. Nationally, he's number 104. In his position, he's number 14. And in-state, he's number 12. Okay? Samu Mola from Lawndale, California. He's an edge rusher, defensive lineman, by the way. You know Mike Elko loves his defensive lineman. 4-star recruit, nationally number 160, position 18, state number 20. All right? This is another one. Halaman Kusaga, I think that's his name, from Draper, Utah. Okay? He's the quarterback. This is the young man that's going to lead this offensive charge. Notice what I just said. This guy is from California. This is not a Texas quarterback, people. Yes, before you guys come on here and say, well, where are all the Texas kids at? Trust me, guys, they're coming. It's still early. It's still very, very early. Okay? But this guy's from California. I think this is a Colin Klein pick, as you guys already know for sure. This is Colin Klein. He went out and he got his guy. Okay? But this guy nationally, he's number 178, position number 13, state number 4. He's a 4-star recruit. Okay? Once again, this is Colin Klein's guy. I have not watched any video on any of these kids yet. Okay? So I would not come on here and tell you guys what I think of them and stuff like that, because I'll be totally lying, because I haven't watched any tape. I haven't watched none. Okay? So, Trayshawn Rufford, another defensive lineman. He's number 245 nationally, position number 30, state number 16. He's a 4-star recruit from out of Mount Olive, North Carolina. All right, now we start getting to the Texas kids. Markel Ford. This guy here just committed not too long ago. He's a safety. He's a 3-star recruit, position number 26, state number 51. Okay? Ryan Gilbert from Forney, Texas, cornerback. He's a 3-star recruit, position number 29, state number 53. Okay? Once again, this is the 2026 recruiting class. This class is number 1 in the nation right now. I'm going to say that once again. This 2026 Texas A&M recruiting class is number 1 in the nation right now. I think they stay that way going throughout all of this recruiting all the way up to 2026. Now, I will tell you this. The reason why they're recruiting that class so heavily is because they will lose a lot of guys after next year. I'm going to say this once again. Texas A&M will lose a lot of guys after next year. I'm going to be honest. In 2026, for sure, I know for sure, we're not going to have the season in which we want to have. All right, I think this season right, this regular season, we finish out 10-2. That's my wholehearted opinion. We finish out 10-2. I think next season again, we finish 11-1. Right, regular season, what I'm talking about. I think next season we finish 11-1. Regular season. I think that one loss is going to come to Texas next season. I say that because of this here. I believe Texas will be ready for that game. They will be. Don't know if Texas is going to have talent, but Texas will be ready for that game next season. All right. I just feel like in 2025, Texas A&M will lose that one game to Texas. Okay. And that's at the end of that season, and I believe they will ultimately go 11-1, or they could go 10-2 again. Okay, possibly go 10-2 again, in which nothing is wrong with that. But that next following season in 2026, I predict Texas A&M to go 9-3. Okay, that's going to be it's going to be a roster build, and it's going to be a lot of guys leaving. It's going to be a lot of guys leaving. And I think A&M probably will kind of go back to maybe that 9-3 or possibly go 10-2 again. If Mike Elko goes 10-2 3 straight years, it's nothing that you can say to him, because he's outdone all of your coaches that you hired to be in the SEC. He has outdone all of them at that point. Okay? So, like I say, that's the 2026 class that we have so far as verbal commitments right now. However, so far as prospects in that class, we're leaning heavily on Lamar Brown, defensive lineman, right? He's a 4-star recruit. He is from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm going to tell you right now, there's going to be a lot of Louisiana people mad at him. If he commits to Texas A&M, it's going to be a shitload of Louisiana people mad at him. But he is the number 11. He is number 11 in the country for 2026. At his position, he's number 1. In state, he's number 1. There's going to be a lot of people mad at that. And Brian Kelly is going to hear about it if he's still there. Landon Smith, athlete, right, from Waco, Texas out there. He's a 4-star recruit, nationally 166, position number 27, state number 21. This is another guy that A&M is going after, okay? These are nothing but prospects right now, okay? So, like I say, that's just for 2026. I only named 2 because it's a lot of these guys still kind of like in that cool chamber, okay? So you guys just have to realize that. So in the 2025 class, I'm gonna tell you guys what Bronny told you, right? Ryan Brunninger for Tech Tags. Ryan Brunninger just said it with his own words. Michael Terry, just don't think we're gonna get that guy. He is the number 1 athlete. He's a 5-star recruit. Nationally, he's number 24. In state, he's number 8, but in his position alone, he's number 1. I do expect Texas to go ahead and get his full commitment. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys this again right now. I expect Michael Terry III, 2025 class recruit. I expect him to commit to Texas. Okay, and it is what it is. However, if he does get the invite to come to that A&M game, things could change. But from what I heard from Ryan Brunninger, it really hasn't been any contact with Michael Terry III, in which is, which is fine. It is what it is. But as of right now, Texas A&M holds the number 7 recruiting class in 2025. I do think that will stick. They're right there behind Texas, but I do believe Texas may end up with the number 3 recruiting class for this year. Okay. However, in this class alone, and we're just checking and we're just looking at the commits here, right? So number 1, Hudson Longstreet by far is the guy that's leading the charge in this class. Okay, from Idaho. I'm sorry, I just read something right there. Malik Barrasso from Idaho, love. Hey man, shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in way from Idaho. I really appreciate that, man. And continue to stick around, man. And like I said before, this podcast has been around for a very long time. Believe it or not, I think I'm going into year number 4 with this podcast. Believe it or not. And like I always tell you guys before, man, the setup that you see now, this will not be the same setup going forward. But you guys have to give me some time. Just give me some time here. Okay? So, but like I said, as of right now, Texas A&M holds the number 7 recruiting class in 2025. Okay? Hudson Longstreet is the guy that is leading the charge. He's the 5-star quarterback recruit. Nationally, he's number 28 position. He's number 4. In state, he's number 2. I do not believe that Hudson Longstreet will lose his 5-star. He will remain a 5-star recruit. I've heard really good things about this young man. This guy has been committed since April 14, 2024, and I do not see him decommitting at all. I do know that USC has done their best to try to get him to flip. I can tell you right now, Hudson Longstreet is not flipping at all. Okay, I'm going to say that once again. Hudson Longstreet will not flip at all. Okay, but he is a quarterback that's going to come in here, and I believe Hudson will make an impact. Is he going to be the starter right away? No, I do not. I don't believe that at all. But he will make an impact. I do believe that Miles O'Neal, he's still going to be a guy that does get a shot. Okay, and the reason why I'm saying all of this is because of this year. I do not believe that Connor Wiggins will be with Texas A&M next year. Now, if he stays true to the pack, kudos to Connor. But I do not believe Connor Wiggman will be a part of Texas A&M roster next year. That's just me. But like I say, things can change. He may feel like that he can still win his starting spot back. And there's nothing wrong with that. But from what I'm seeing, I don't believe Connor's coming back. I do believe that that's going to be a big blow to this team next year. But I don't believe Connor's coming back next year, man. I'm sorry. I believe Connor may go to Connor may go to Alabama, or he may just go up there to USC with Lincoln Riley. And if he goes up there to USC with Lincoln Riley, you'll probably see Connor go almost undefeated up there with Lincoln Riley. And that's fine. You know, it is what it is. But I personally don't believe Connor will come back next year. And I'm not making that up. No, I haven't heard anything on that or anything. But I'm just giving you guys my feel. But I could be totally wrong, man. I could be wrong as hell. And it is what it is. All right, so DJ Saunders, he's a part of the 2025 class. He's a defensive lineman from Belleville, Texas. 4-star recruit, nationally number 62, position 11, state number 14. I believe that young man will rank up a little bit higher than that as the season goes along. But then again, we're pretty much at the ending point of football for high school. They only have one more game, which is next week. And then they get ready for the playoff games. All right, so just got to stick around. Early signing day period, I think it's on the 14th, I think. And that's the day I normally always take off. No, it's not on the 14th. 14th on Saturday. But I normally always take off on signing day, in which I plan on doing again today. So you guys just keep an eye out for that. I will be here. I will be here for National Signing Day, people. Rashad Johnson, the safety. That guy's a 4-star recruit as well. Nationally, number 74, position number 5, in-state number 12. He's from Bushnell, Florida. Okay. Adonis Curry. He's a cornerback. He's from out of California. This guy is going to be a good one. I feel like Elko and Jay Bateman and I can't remember the cornerbacks coach for whatever reason. They went out and they got some corners. They went out and they really hammered on some cornerback recruits. And these are some pretty damn good cornerback recruits, man. Seriously. So he's another 4-star recruit, nationally number 76, position number 11, state number 5. Cody Armstrong, in which is this was one that a lot of people wanted. He's from Jasper, Texas, defensive lineman, nationally number 84, position number 5, state number 20. That guy is going to be damn good. I really do think so. Okay. Jamar Goings, cornerback, nationally number 93, position number 12, state number 1. He's from Goodyear, Arizona. It's a lot of West Coast kids that has committed to Texas A&M, which is crazy to me. So I don't know if the cornerbacks coach is from the West Coast or what, but man, we're doing a lot of recruiting on the West Coast, okay? And that's not no knock to our own state, right? But it's whatever you feel more comfortable at with your connections. And if that's out of state, then I'm here to tell you, man, that's okay. That's okay. Now, they're going to recruit in-state regardless, right? But if a lot of those in-state kids aren't trying to sign with you, then what do? You go out of state. You go and find somebody else. Okay? So, Kelshawn Johnson, he's from Hitchcock, Texas, wide receiver. A lot of you guys are already familiar with him. He's a 4-star recruit, nationally number 112, position 15, state number 24. Okay? Noah McHale, he's a linebacker in which I'm so glad that Mike Elko and Jay Bateman said, to hell with this, man. We're going to go and get some good linebackers, okay? For years, this has plagued Texas A&M, okay? Now, Terrion York, he was a good one. Damian Sanford, he was another one. Montrell Harris, man, I'm waiting to see this damn guy get on the field. For whatever reason, I don't understand why he's not out there, but I'm just patiently waiting for that guy to get on the field. Another defensive lineman that's been really showing up, DJ Hicks. I believe it's going to be a lot of DJ Hicks in this, in this class. I believe it's going to be a lot of them in this class, man, and I feel good about it. Another one, man, that I believe he is coming back next year. That's going to be a defensive lineman, Gabriel Brownlow. I've said his name for 2 years straight now, and I've told myself now, man, I just got to be patient with him. When that guy gets his chance, he's going to get his chance. He's going to make an impact, okay? But right now, it's the Nick Scorton show, right? And I'm fine with it. So, anywho, Noah McKell, he's from Laverne, California. Linebacker, nationally number 120, four-star recruit, position number 8, state number 10. Nelson McGuire, inside offensive lineman, nationally number 139, position number 8, state number 26. He's a four-star recruit from Midlothian, Texas, in which my cousin lived up that way as well. So shout out to him. Marco Jones from Duncanville, California, another good one. He's an edge, four-star recruit, nationally number 151, position 15, state number 13. Okay, it's going to be a good one. Kobe Sellers, we all watched his recruitment, right? Four-star recruit, position number 30, state number 36. He's from Pearland, Texas. Dajon Pettaway, I believe Pettaway is very underrated, and that's fine because we want those guys to come here, man. We want those guys to come here and make an impact. But he's from Katy, Texas. Cornerback, four-star recruit, position number 25, state number 38. Jonte Newman, this is another good one from out of Cypress, Texas. He's from Bridgeland High School. He's from out of the same high school as Connor Wigman, by the way, for you guys that did not know. But his position, he's number 23, state number 43. Marcus Garcia, offensive tackle. Position number 31, state number 55, and he's a three-star recruit. Tristan Norman from Montgomery, Alabama. He's a wide receiver, three-star recruit. Position number 55, state number 21. I'm going to have to look at some film for him, but this may be one of the more underrated guys, right? DeAndre Wright, I believe this guy is so underrated, man, and I can't figure out why he's a three-star. This guy should be a four-star, but that's okay. It is what it is. He's from DeSoto, Texas. For the ones that's from Texas, you guys are already familiar with this running back. At his position, he's number 30. In state, he's number 63. Landon Rink is another defensive lineman from South Air. He's a three-star recruit. Position number 55, state number 8. Connor Cady from Prosper, Texas. Inside offensive lineman. Position number 41, state number 87. Chase Sims from Richmond, Texas. He's another defensive lineman, three-star, position number 72, state number 89. Tyler Thomas from Dickinson, Texas, offensive tackle. At his position, he's number 58. In state, he's number 107. Kelvin Riggins, linebacker from Forney, Texas. At his position, he's number 86. State, he's number 120. And he's a three-star recruit. And last but not least, Joshua Moses. He's an inside offensive lineman from Spring, Texas. Three-star recruit. Position number 86. In state, he's number 184. Okay? As of right now, Texas A&M has 22 hard commits, in which are nothing but just verbal commits at the moment. Like I say, signing day is approaching. We are like 1 month away. Or, no, we're officially 1 month. I think we're 1 month away or something like that. And matter of fact, man, let me look that up because I don't like that. But, yeah, so we are going to get some guys in here, and I feel like a couple of these guys are just very underrated. So, guys, just give me a minute here. So, All right, so signing day is Wednesday. That's for, okay, no. So early National Signing Day. Let me see. All right, so early National Signing Day is Wednesday, December 4th. Yeah, so that is right. So it's Wednesday, December 4th for early National Signing Day, okay? And which is a month away. So a lot of these kids are going to make their commitments now. Then again, a lot of these kids, you know how this goes. They make their commitments at the All-American Bowl, in which I love about it. I love the freaking All-American Bowl, man. That's one of my favorite high school. That's one of my favorite high school football games where they put a lot of kids on display. And they let everybody get a rotation. I love that. I love the Under Armour game in which these schools here, and I'm going to go down in order here. These are the official team rankings, and I'm just going to go through the top 10 here. The official team rankings, number 1 will be Alabama. Number 2 is Ohio State. Number 3 is Georgia. Number 4 is LSU. Number 5 is Auburn. Number 6 is Texas. Number 7 is Texas A&M. Number 8 is Tennessee. Number 9 is USC. And number 10 is Oregon. I believe for surely 4 may get changed around just a bit here soon with Texas coming into the mix. So I believe Texas may be in that. I believe Texas may be in that 4th spot. So this is my predicted order of finish. Number 1 will be Alabama. I think it'll stay that way. Number 2 is Ohio State. Number 3 will be Georgia. But then again, I'm going to flip that. I'm going to say the number one recruiting class is going to go to Georgia. I think number 2 is going to be Alabama. Number 3 is going to be Ohio State. Number 4 will be Texas. Number 5 will be LSU. Number 6 will be Texas A&M. Number 7 will be Auburn. Number 8 will be Oregon. Number 9 will be Tennessee. And number 10 will be USC. I believe that's going to be the predicted order of finish for National Signing Day, for when this early signing day period comes, and stuff like that. I honestly believe that. All right, so, but guys, that's it. You know, that's all I have for you guys. I've been rumbling, guys. We went over our time. We're like at the 42-minute mark. But guys, like, I thank all of you for tuning in there. I pray that all of you guys be safe out there, man. I love all of you Aggies out there. If you guys don't mind, please continue to hit that subscribe button. Please start using that money symbol. It's going to work one day, you know. But other than that, guys, hey, I thank you for supporting the show. I will be back on tomorrow, and we will keep this train rolling, all right? So I love all of you, and once again, #King.